Okay. Oh. We just need to go up 2 levels. Should be easy enough. Do some quests, do some level.
Out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Doctor.
I am not making a scene.
Can't say I've seen you before. I take it you're a freighter captain? If you're here to better yourself, you'll have to wait. We're having a spot of trouble with our delivery service. He must be referring to Irion. I'm sure the fool's gotten himself into another scrape.
Yeah.
I'm beginning to wonder if I'm ever gonna get my service mechanicals at this rate.
I could try to find them.
I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon as yesterday. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla, an asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. That's where I'd start, were I the adventuring type. You look out, though. The place is probably crawling with outlaws.
Sorry if I'm not very interested in conversating. I just... Oh. It's quarantine in an operating room. I just went in because they told me not to. I'm like, why?
Rizzo's Purple Berry Punch. Want a punch? I got your punch right here.
I forget I can fast travel, can I? Just straight to the interior? Why would I go back to Harlow's base?
Destination reached. Scylla.
Yeah, no thanks. I'm having a better time without any of you on my fucking back. And I get this insane feeling that there are 3 other people I could have hired over time. You know? You guys ever get that funny feeling? There's like 3 other people who could have joined the... not the ship, but the crew. Well, join the ship. I don't know if that's the worst way to spell it. That just doesn't make any sense. Why would I jump away? Eh, not really afraid of him, but it's more like if I don't have to kill him.
You know, you didn't have to shoot me down if you wanted. Tremendous work, friend. Here I was readying a daring maneuver, and you've come and saved me the trouble.
Symptoms detected. Elevated heart rate, dilated pupils, increased sweat production. Subject appears to be terrified.
I'm not terrified, you bucket of bolts. That's victory sweat.
Captain Iridian, a ticket.
One and only. Wait, who's asking?
Ow! I just hit my fucking foot! Life is so cruel to me. I swear to fucking God. I don't know what you're talking about. I just hit my fucking foot. All I want to do is kill you right now, you blue-eyed bitch.
I swear, land on Groundbreaker even a moment tardy, and that busybody's already been up your ass an hour.
Shut up.
You tell her these automechs are coming, and sending a hired
Ow.
stooge to rescue me from certain peril only furthers my delay. No offense.
Hit my fucking foot while I was in the middle of coughing up a fucking storm. My allergies are back all of a sudden. You think I give a shit about what you have to say? God damn it, I just want to blow a hole through your fucking face.
Magnificent. And do please give Wanda my chilliest regards.
The Groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
I bet you do want to dock with it. I bet you're trying to dock like all day, bro. You know. I just blew my nose and it just feels awful.
Spectre vodka.
Were I a gambling woman, I'd wager you're responsible for my mechanical safe return. I can't thank you enough.
Okay. Alright, am I done being sick? I don't give a shit about a lesbian love story. I don't know how many times I have to mention that, by the way. As far as I'm concerned, you're fucking freaks who have betrayed your nature. Find an acid steeper. Yeah. All right. Ah. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Rizzo's knock you out ball. Plus CC, everything. Talk about carnival and key-free messages. It's time for a KYO.
Sorry, I'm just blowing an acid storm right out of my nose.
We have successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain, and we are still in one piece. Shall I congratulate myself? Or
Sorry. Yeah. Wait, what? What? Dehibernation experiment notes. Fuck. Lovely. Ow, my fucking foot. Rising core temp, another 5C over 1 hour. Dosage appears to be working. Slight dips from preceding microscopic acceptance shows a sign of some traumatic. Ow, it's clap encouraging reminders. Don't need to mop up. Need to view it into the cranium to see what's going on with neurons. Oops, hand slipped. Likely effects. Nothing important. May have numbness in left heel. Who even needs that? I wish I had fucking numbness. My left heel's the one that I got hurt just now. Looking at sample. Evidence of hyperactive production of dopamine. Notice it carries the evidence of extracurricular neurons. However, not willing to keep exploring. Had probe in brain. Jostled with the elbow. Subject may suffer numbness in right earlobe. Federal. Feel ridiculous, tell myself. Mostly frozen slab of meat. You're doing fine, Dreyfus Targaryen. Practice beset side bend is important. Needs recovery. Curious about the neurochemical production side effects. What do we have here? Hold on, I gotta blow my nose again. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's been getting worse over time. I've been noticing it. I was hoping there'd be something in his notes that would explain it. Well, actually, there was one thing I just read. And he was talking about mast cell degradation. I've definitely been getting worse over time. I'm sure you guys have heard the coughing. Come on, man. Every 5 seconds. Tartarus nav key. O-N-G-Y. Give a fuck if yes, it's not. Ow.
Back for a rest? Space
Fat for a
adventuring
rest.
is tiring work. Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
You can explain to me why my body's falling apart.
Mm-hmm.
Tartarus, here we come.
I am pleased to inform you that we have arrived at the labyrinth. Please be advised that the punishment for trespassing is execution. Please be advised that electrical storms on the surface of Tartarus make departure impossible at this time.
Do you know anything about this place?
Resident count is as follows: 3,071. Resident deaths, including but not limited to executions, are as follows: 1,684. Resident escapes are as follows: 0. The interior can be chilly. Take a scarf with you, Captain. I would also ask that you leave your captain's ID with me, in the event that you do not return.
Do you promise not to leave without me?
I can make the assurance that I will not leave with another captain unless you do not return within 876,541,652 hours. Oh, speak of the devil. Captain, I am receiving a transmission from the prison's docking authority now.
Attention, unauthorized spacecraft. This is a maximum security installation. Your presence here is an explicit violation of UDL corporate policy. You are hereby confined to your docking platform until a ticket detailing your crimes has been filed and notarized, at which point your vessel will be seized and you will be executed.
How long will that take?
I wager it'll take a bit longer than it takes you to lose your patience and storm out of your ship looking to get shot. To be honest, that'd make my job a lot easier. You come out, we shoot you full of holes, and then everyone goes about their day worry-free. Except you. You'll be dead.
Okay. You're just gonna kill me? No arrest?
We're on lockdown. We have standing orders to shoot intruders on sight. Tartarus Docking Authority signing up. Hang on. Looks like you're gonna have company at the execution. Another ship just pulled into your dock. Wait, is that from the Groundbreaker? What the? Pay no mind to that. Just have a pleasant day.
Transmission terminated. Can I be of assistance? Goodbye.
The captain did right by us. The board will never hold Groundbreaker. Not while I breathe.
Wasting my time.
Push on, Mardat.
What? What? That's one down.
Okay, that was cool.
My time to shine.
How long have I been able to do that? That's fucking sweet. You okay, bud?
Returning fire.
Oh.
Yoko's hurt. You gotta get past that armor. Nobody messes with you, boss.
Now this looks like a fucking Doom map.
Gotta admit, I'm not too keen on walking into a prison. They lock me up, I'm liable to kill everyone trying to get back out.
They say nobody's ever broken out of the labyrinth. Didn't say nothing about breaking in, though.
That's actually a good point.
Whew. We have a lot of shooting to do, Captain.
I'll be fine.
That's the last of him. Here we go. Bring him down.
He's good enough shit.
Incoming. That has to hurt.
Ow, hit my foot again.
Looks like we're doing this. Attack!
Bro, these guys have so much shit on them.
Everyone all right?
Bro, what was that? Hold up. No, I know you saw that. Nah. Damn. Oh, oh, this is the winner. This is the winner. Oh my god. I'm like, why am I not using that now? Oh my god. 242 damage. Well, we're gonna upgrade it ourselves. We're gonna upgrade it ourselves. God damn. Prismatic. It says the prismatic's the best shit ever. I'm like, we need to get somewhere and actually test that theory out. If it's the best shit ever. First of all, that ended up being a sword, which is kind of disappointing because it said Officer's Gold Spine, and it looked like a shot you could take, and I was like, bro, what is that?
Onyx performing.
Plasma rifle 2.0. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Alright. That's already crazy. Is that 210? God damn. Damn. Like, just like that, we got a new #1 contender. Just like that. It happened just like that. Oh, it's a press and hold? My guy! This is too deadly. We got scary. We just got terrified. And when we go out in that field today, they're not gonna realize what hit them. They had the confidence to talk about us before. What they're about to walk into will be an undeniable force. They're gonna wish, with a tremble in their voice, that they never spoke our names. With a tremble in their voice, they're gonna wish very dearly. They're gonna wish very dearly that they never understood what was coming to them. Corporate commanders. That's a great name. They got a headline that works with a name like that. Cacao milk. I think that's great. Retro rockets. I think that's great. Those are prisoners dangling right there.
Let's go, troops. Stellar base counting on us.
Can you get out of the way? At this point, I kind of want you to get shot. Finally did it. Now we can hack Phineas's computer, even though we don't need to do that at all anymore. Science weapon? Well, we don't use science weapons.
Here they come.
Ow, I keep hitting my fucking foot.
Incoming!
Nobody messes with you, boss! Out of my way!
Where is the next logical step?
Well, look who it is. I'll be damned. I was prepping the studio for our announcement, and here you are as a bonus. And I see you've brought the kid along. Babysitters may be expensive, but they're worth it, you know.
Yeah, keep talking, pal. I'll just keep thinking of a place to bury your body.
Ah, I knew I smelled Monarch when you lot walked in. The stench of sulfur, depression, and desperate bravado is unmistakable.
Keep talking, and you'll be smelling iron. Ain't nobody so important I won't put a bullet in.
When you go off and get yourself shot, try to avoid taking one to the face. I'll want it recognizable to show to my citizens.
Sherman Rockwell, I presume.
My word! You've correctly identified the most recognizable man in the colony. Remarkable. It's a wonder what Phineas saw in you. Then again, he's an insane person. Thankfully, he's our insane person now. A proper company man.
Please. Biddies would rather die than be corporate.
Yes, he is an extraordinarily obstinate fellow, isn't he? Fine, he isn't working for us per se. Semantics, he'll come around. But that's between us. As far as my adoring citizens will know, we've turned a dangerous crackpot into a working-class man. It's a miracle.
That crackpot is saving the frozen colonists you gave up on. I think it's a wonder that you have any further plan at all without him.
Oh yes, go on, wake them up, add more mouths to feed. That'll solve our starvation problems. I don't know what half-baked plans that simpleton in a lab coat has been leading you through, but it's done. It's over. Let me ask you something, Captain. Have you at any point thought about not fucking up our entire society?
Are you kidding me? We're out here trying to clean up your mess.
I'm making actual progress towards stabilization and recovery. You're just getting in the way.
You are an egotistical maniac with no logical point following and really no responsibility. I think the fact that you're in a leadership position at all is probably due to inheritance. I noticed your last name is Rockwell. I assume at some point in time, the Rockefellers wanted to get away from the reputation their name had drawn on them. You know, I wouldn't have to if you'd become more cooperative about all of this.
Oh, right. This coming from the psychopathic outlaw. Yes, I'll try to be more open-minded about your path of wanton dissent. We don't need your help.
You really do. You don't know what you're doing. Your plans are not only short-term, but they cut at the root of your very foundation. You could accept my help, or I could simply cut through you and do it all myself.
We'll have to agree to disagree on that one, Captain. Now, if you don't mind, I have to finish prepping this script.
Stand your ground!
He must have thought that I was kidding when I said we were going to blow right through him to get what we wanted. I, in fact, literally meant I was going to cut through him to get what I wanted. We don't need a chairman with no backwater idea of how to run things.
But the captain needs our help. So get in there and fight! You're going down! Wait for company ammo.
To shreds, you say? This is nice. Calm before the storm and all that.
All right, boss. I'm ready. Let's do this.
You know, I've really grown to like you too. Unlike the other one, you have a firm belief in my leadership. This is not something I've undermined over time, by the way. That loyalty will buy you quite a lot of benefits once the First Order begins.
Captain, you have an uncanny talent for complicating my life. You've disrupted the balance of power. You've upset the natural order of things. You've introduced uncertainty, and there is nothing I despise more than uncertainty.
Sorry. I appear to be suffering some sort of illness. Perhaps if I had never been frozen and sent on a spaceship and then left to die, I might have been in a healthier condition. Or perhaps the legacy of the human race from the time I was alive before till now may have been better should its safeguarded and keeping been kept under different circumstances. However, we don't have time to discuss these things. Instead, I've had to clean up your mess and your comrades' messes since the day that that man in the chair behind you woke me up. You need to know that it's over. I'm going to say the same thing I just said to the chairman. Stand down, or I will cut through you and do whatever I want anyway.
I'm afraid I can't do that. For all your talents, you are the enemy of Halcyon, and therefore you are my enemy.
I'm here for Phineas. Let him go immediately.
You make a nuanced and compelling argument. Here's my rebuttal. No. Dr. Wells is being held in my custody. His cooperation will prove invaluable, even if I have to beat it out of him. All that's left to do is put down this riot, arrest you, and then get on with the bloody business of saving this colony.
All these things I could say. You and I should have a further discussion on the matter.
Fair enough. I'm giving you exactly one chance to parley with me.
You see, of everything you're trying to accomplish, I've already destroyed your experiments in the Ministry. Your plan's never going to work.
Yes, I'm quite aware of your brazen act of corporate vandalism. By the way, those test subjects you killed, they died in agony. My scientists assure me they can recover the data you've destroyed. You've succeeded in temporarily delaying our research. Nothing more.
Your scientists are lying to you. Their research is critically flawed.
That isn't true. It can't be. You're trying to manipulate me. That experiment was absolutely essential to the program. My scientists assured me they were close to a breakthrough. They gave me their word.
I see. You know I'm right. Unfortunately, you just can't admit it to your enemy, can you?
Damn you. You are telling the truth. My scientists have been lying to me, and I was stupid enough to trust them at their word. We're going to have to start all over again. All that research, all those experiments, you've set us back decades.
Ah.
You were always an unknown variable. I tried to recruit you, but you threw your lot in with that madman, Phineas Wells.
Unfortunately, I don't have the capacity for the rest of these. But I can say that it's time to settle this, once and for all.
This prison is equipped with an automechanical warden. I've had it programmed to eliminate you on site and rinse your remains down a drain. And don't worry, I will inform Dr. Wells that you died heroically, or something.
die.
It's quite a beautiful sight.
Get me out of here!
You don't know how glad I am to see you. You did the right thing. Akande was a monster. Her death was much deserved, and long overdue. And you lunatic, you broke into the board's own fortress just to rescue one doddering old man. You are absolutely out of your mind, and I can't begin to thank you enough.
You know I wouldn't let anything happen to you, Phineas. You're a dear friend to me.
I know, my friend, I know. And now it's finally over. The board's finished. It's only a matter of time before the entire system slips from their grasp. You've broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you saved my life. But there's still so much we have yet to accomplish. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated.
Well, I suppose it wasn't a time exactly to celebrate, was it?
I would like nothing more than to celebrate this victory, but we have a serious problem on our hands. Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing. 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all.
Hold on, Doc. Are you telling me the Earth went dark 3 years ago, and the board's just been covering this up?
They've been incredibly effective at concealing the truth. Right now, the only people in the colony who know are standing in this room.
So we've got to make do on our own. Seems to me that'll make us stronger in the end anyhow.
You're quite right. We've got no choice but to make do on our own. We're in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for Halcyon? We can't rely on Earth for support anymore. We've been cut loose. We're entirely on our own.
Well, regardless of the amount of work ahead of us, we are capable. You and I would be more than capable. But we don't just have to rely on the talents of us, or for the matter of the frozen colonist. The existing people on every planet would happily accept my rule or one that I would choose.
Yes, we do. You've done a marvelous thing. You've succeeded where anyone else would have failed, including me. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the Hope's brightest minds, and then we're going to fix this damn colony, one problem at a time. We're going to need a leader, and I can't imagine a better person for the job than you. What do you say, old friend? Will you help us?
Yeah, you can count on me. I'll help you revive the other colonists. I'd rather just say, give me the job.
You won't hear a word of disagreement from me. You're the best thing to ever happen to Halcyon. If you want to take it upon yourself to lead this colony, you have my support. We're not a colony any longer, are we? Our last connection to Earth has been severed, and so we have been set free. Our future is uncertain, and no one knows what tomorrow holds. Exciting, isn't it?
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Between MSI's worker-centric policies and the iconoclast's manpower, Sanjar and Zora were able to rally many of the Terra 2 townships to their cause. MSI's workforce swelled, and the iconoclasts enjoyed a significant surge in their ranks. The board was too distracted by infighting and internal politics to stop MSI from becoming a powerful corporation and a refuge for townships that might have fallen through the cracks. After returning to Edgewater, the deserters negotiated workplace reforms with Reed Thompson, including a single day of rest, which came to be known as a weekend. As the world around him changed, Thompson found himself pining for the old days. He was known to spend his weekends in the cantina, nursing one of the few remaining bottles of Zero G, and repeating to himself, "It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's choice." As for Adelaide McDevitt, she tended to her garden in solitude for another year before passing away. Her body was discovered some months later, when Reed Thompson paid her a visit in an effort to make amends. Her remains were buried in a place of honor underneath the floor of the Edgewater Cannery. Reed believed this was what she always wanted. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers schooled in her family's traditions. The future of the groundbreaker looks promising. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two hands. Though Parvati eventually grew comfortable aboard the Unreliable, she never quite came out of her shell. She seemed to prefer the company of Ada to the crew, and she could often be found neck-deep in cables and grease, telling Ada funny stories from her childhood. While the colony fell into chaos, she found an island of relative peace with Ada, and they formed an unusual bond. She decided to remain aboard the Unreliable permanently as its chief and sole engineer. As hard as she tried to drink them away, Nyoka's memories eventually overcame her. Traveling with the crew served as a constant reminder of the family she'd lost, and so she eventually returned to Monarch to get back to what she found most comfortable: the deep end of a bottle and the far end of a trail. Few have seen her since, but travelers often swear they hear her and her machine gun in the night, screaming swears and spitting bullets. Before his untimely death, Captain Alex Hawthorne had plans to restore and modify, for combat purposes, a sanitation and maintenance automechanical that he'd found in a state of disrepair in Emerald Vale's scrapyard. That unit remains broken down and forgotten in the unreliable supply closet to this day. Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. He eventually came to terms with his own past and was able to forgive the mistakes of his younger self by devoting his remaining years to serving the colony. Dr. Wells was able to revive many more scientists and engineers than he first expected, thanks to the additional batch of chemicals you stole from the Ministry. Wells never forgot about the human lives that were lost in acquiring these chemicals. In the end, Dr. Wells was able to save every scientist and engineer aboard the Hope. Over the next decade, nearly all of the Hope's remaining colonists were successfully revived. Halcyon saw a period of rapid technological and scientific advancement. Breakthroughs in dietary supplements saved the colony from starvation. Geoengineering projects and social reforms began to change the structure and character of the colony. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Today, Halcyon has stabilized. The people of the colony work hard to adapt to their new circumstances. Nearby colonies send aid and supplies. Life will never be easy in Halcyon, but for the first time in its history, there exists a sense of real, genuine hope about the future. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? You brought an end to the chaos on Tartarus and proved yourself the most capable leader left in the colony. You administered the colony in your own image. With the old power of the board destroyed, a new government of Halcyon rose with you at its center. With your steady hand, you guided Halcyon through the turbulent years that were to follow, and helped ensure the survival of the colony until the end of your days. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
My guess is we were supposed to do the DLCs before finishing the game. Anyway, love you all. Goodbye for